Good afternoon, Flosstube. I am Leanne, Stitchymoon75, and welcome to my channel. It is predominantly about cross stitch and sometimes there'll be other crafts, patchwork, quilting, possibly a bit of knitting. I'm currently knitting a blanket for my daughter. Very beginner kind of knitter, so we'll see how that one goes. And of course, happy full moon, because I said I'm going to try and work these in with the full moon, and the full moon was last night. I would have done it yesterday, but I had to work. So it's Sunday here in Australia, Sunday afternoon, and it's hot and humid, hence the fuzz in the hair. So I have given up, just given up with that, and got the air conditioning on, so I hope it's not too loud. I'm pretty impressed with the progress I've done this month. I have only done 4 projects, touched 4, but I've got quite a bit of stitching in those. So no particular order. I've been working on, with my Rebel Stitches, my Friday night girls. Hello lovelies. I have been doing Carolyn Manning's Yuletide. So sorry about the noise. And I'm doing this on 32 count Wicked from Divana Lee Design Studio. But this is the chart. I absolutely love this. And I use this as one of the prompts for I'm part of a Harry Potter sale. So I've got to get 1,000 stitches in by the end of February. And I'm going to get 1,000 stitches, but just not on that, unfortunately. So I didn't think to change my challenge piece, so I won't finish that, unfortunately. But this How Divine is, oh wait, that's the back. How divine is this fabric? I am so in love, and it's a little more greeny than it's showing up. It looks quite grey, but it's more of a green sort of, I think. Yeah, it's just a bit hard, so I'm so happy with how well I'm doing on this. It is such an easy stitch, and I took this with me to my Karoi catch up with the Brisbane Stitches. I go once a month up to Karoi and meet up with the group of girls up there, or ladies, and have a good chin wag and time out from, you know, work and all the real life things that happen. So I'm really happy with how that's progressing, and I was freaking out because it was the linen, and linen and I don't normally have a good relationship, but Nicole's linen is absolutely beautiful to stitch on. It is such a nice fabric, and I am so happy with how it's coming out. Even my white, I don't generally like stitching anything with white, but I seem to have so many pieces with white, but it's looking really good on this fabric. So I'm using all the call for colors, DMC, and that is Carolyn Manning's, and I haven't added up my stitches, but I have got it on not Pin Keeper, on Pattern Keeper. So yeah, I'm loving that, and I'll just so I've any pattern I can convert to Pattern Keeper. That's what I've been doing now. I love it so much. So I've got so Yuletide. So I've stitched so far 2,000 stitches. Not a lot, I know, but I've got 24,849 to go, and I am 8%. So it's going to be an ongoing project, but I do enjoy sewing on that. So generally on a Friday night, I'll stitch on that, and I took it up with me on the Saturday. Oh. So the next one I did get some work on was my Ragnarok. and just show you. So this is a long dog sampler. So this is my first venture down the long dog rabbit hole, and I absolutely love stitching on this. I think this has to be one of my, I know I say they're all my favorite, but this one genuinely is my favorite piece that I've stitched on. It is such an easy, relaxing stitch. And I started this back in November for the Brisbane Cross Stitches retreat. We had to stitch on something with a dragon, so that was my dragon there, but I'm up here. It is just such a really nice stitch. Now I don't know if that's because I'm actually stitching it with Silks for You PR12, no, PR012 is what I'm stitching on. So absolutely beautiful color. So love stitching on it, and I just can't get enough of their floss. So I'm doing this on 28 count even weave, coffee dyed by me, and oh, wrong end. And it's the last of my, oh no, sorry, it's not. I was going to say it's the last of my Melbourne frantic buy, but it's not. I did buy this piece specifically for this because I wanted the color to look as vintagey as I could. So that's where we're at. And I tend to use this piece for my Harry Potter challenge because it is just one floss and it's so easy. I just love this piece so much. It's just one of those that you can just sit back and enjoy. And I think I just lost my needle. Oh, still there. Good. So it's one that I just can relax and enjoy. And I was so happy with the fabric choice. So I think that's pretty close to how it is. I wanted it to look like old parchment. And I was going for the color like woad, so it was that vintage, the Celtic, not Celtic, yeah, I don't know. I was very specific about the color, and this was perfect. So Jo at Silks for You was really good. She did a few options for me and we played around, and the PR12 ended up being perfect. And on that one, I have managed, I have done 10%. When you say it like that, it really doesn't sound a lot. And I have done 6,600 stitches in it in total. And I actually think 1,000 of those I've probably done in the last month. So I just love that piece. Now the other piece that I'm doing was my, I joined the flag sale that was hosted by Gail Phillips from Wombat Hollowcrafts and Nicole from Divanali Designs. So in conjunction with Viv from Vivsters. So this is the one I'm doing. And I love this stitch. I did have to start it 3 times because I can't count. And I kept making a mistake up in here somewhere. So I just figured, because it was one tile in, I was just best to rip it out and do the whole thing again. I think sometimes that's just the easiest way to do it. Because I'd made the mistake 3 times, so I just thought, pull it all out and just get it done. So now I'm back on track. And I'm currently working on this at the moment. Now this blue, I originally thought I had ordered the PR012, but I made a mistake and I ordered, I think it's PR5. One moment. Yes, so I made a mistake and I ordered PR005, but I'm actually quite okay with the color. It's quite a bright blue, so it's probably not really, I would have liked the flag to be a little more muted, like, or probably even a little darker, but that's okay. I'm really happy with how it's coming now. And so I've got a long way to go, but I will put the hashtag down the bottom. So when I put it on Instagram, which I don't think I've done, I've been a bit slack with Instagram, but it is hashtag Quaker flag sale. So I'm really enjoying this stitch. So this is what I'm stitching at the moment. So in the group, Nicole has organized, so every now and then we have a Zoom and we can stitch all together, all of those. And then tonight, on Sunday night, there will be one, and there'll be, people from the UK, from all around the world, and Viv joined us. So that was really lovely of her to stop in. And the girls have just done such a great job. Like, everyone's stitches is great, and it's a really good community too. So if you're interested in doing it, you don't have to do your country's flag. There are other things on Viv's, but definitely go over and have a look. She's on Etsy. And then for the flag sale, I know there's a few other, there's a lot of flags there. I never remember the letters, so I'm not going to say it so I don't offend anyone, and I'm sorry about that. But anyway, it's great, easy stitch to do, and I love Quaker pieces, so they've always been a bit of a thing for me. So I've stitched on that, and then I put some stitches into, and with the Quaker, I'm doing it on 32 count even weave. Fabric is from Dee Dee's, so Nicole Divinely Design Studio, and the rest of the colors are DMC call for. So it was just the Silks for You one I wanted for the blue. And I do regret actually not getting the rest of the colors in the Silks for You, because they're so lovely to stitch with. Now my next one that I have this has become my focus piece, because March is around the corner, and I think it's safe to say that my poor son is not going to get the wolves for another birthday, which is next week. So I'm like, So Dimensions in Harmony, for those of you that have been following me, I started this in 2019 after having done wolves. It was I think it was a Dimensions gold kit of a wolf in the woods with snow and whatnot. My son absolutely loves wolves, and so he asked me to stitch him one, and I said to him, go have a look, find me a chart that you want me to do, and that's what he found. It has, needless to say, been the bane of my life, and those of you that have watched have seen me seriously try and ignore that I have this piece to finish. So this is where I'm at. I've just got this bit to finish. I am so close, and I'm stitching like crazy. I'm not going to pull it out of the Q-snap because it's perfect where it is, and I just will leave it here for now. So I am so happy. I have actually decided, because it is the back stitching that is stressing me out, because I know I've got to do that and I hate back stitching. I'm actually not going to back stitch it. So some of it, this wolf I think was done, and parts of this one have been done, and I'm actually going to leave it, because I think once it's up on the wall it's going to look okay, not back stitch. Having said that, I am also likely to get to the end and go, you know what, let's back stitch, it'll be great, it'll be nice and quick. And then I'll think, why did I start that? But anyway, is what it is. So I'm doing that on the called for 14 count aider with all the call for DMC. I have actually had to stop it this morning because I've run out of some of the floss, so I will have to go to Spotlight first thing in the morning so that I've kept a little bit of the floss that I'm out of to get a DMC equivalent. For those of you that have followed me for a while with this piece, you will know that I stitched and I missed about 6 rows here. So I literally had gone down to here before I realized, probably just about the ear before I realized. So then I've had to go back. I've had to go back and unpick the entire wolf. And so the entire wolf here, I unpicked all of that and restarted. So this is what I've done in the last couple of months. So I just want this done now. I want it done. I want it out of my rotation, and I never want to look at another wolf again. And I have said to my son, there will be no more wolves. I'm just, at least not in the foreseeable future. So we will see. He seems to think that I'm going to quilt him a wolf. Well, that's not going to happen either. But that is it for me with my progress. So I'm really happy with what I've done. Now going forward for the next month, sorry, I'm just a bit parched. Going forward for the next month, I want to do, because we're coming into autumn, even though it doesn't feel like it here in Australia, it's, especially in Queensland, it's very humid right now. So going forward, I'm going to look at doing my autumn at Hawk Run. So I'll bring out my autumn pieces. I had wanted to start Cinnamon Stars this year, but I've decided I don't want to start that till I have all the fancy floss, and I'm going to do that with fancy floss, but I'm going to do that next year, I think, because this year is all about finishing. I'm trying not to start too many things. Obviously, come my birthday, for those of you that may have watched my last one, I was going to start the Wheel of the Year. I'll just quickly grab that because I absolutely love that piece, and I want to do that one for my birthday. And then let's grab that out. So my Halloween Afghan, I've decided I'm actually not going to start that until October, when it is Halloween. So in April, end of April, beginning of May, we in the Southern Hemisphere have our autumn and our Halloween. It's Samhain over here at that time. So we're lucky in the Southern Hemisphere, we can celebrate both the commercial Sabbats and the other ones. For those of you that are interested, it's Samhain. So I'm going to start this one. So I'm kitting this, everything for Samhain there. And I will, so the dates, I know on this it says the 31st. So I will actually change that to be it's the 31st of, the 1st of May is the day before my birthday. So I'm going to start that on the 1st of May and get that done, or at least start. So that will be my thing at the moment. I'm kitting up for Samhain, and then I'll work my way around. That's the plan. So we will see. And I should see if I can get that in Pattern Keeper actually, because I seem to stitch so much faster in Pattern Keeper. I don't know if that's just in my head, but anyway, I will have a look, because I did get it as a PDF. I had a bit of problems. I wanted the chart as a hard copy, and then it went lost in the post. So that's the Primitive Hair, and she was so good. She then sent me, because I had a couple of charts that I got from her, and she was really good. She sent me the PDF, so I'm going to see if I can put them into Pattern Keeper. but I went to Officeworks and printed them off for me to have a paper copy. So that's the only plans I have going forward, and I actually realised I'm 2 months early anyway, so I won't be starting that in the next month. I think I'll just start and look at all my autumn pieces and do that. So going forward, that's all I've got, and I have been working on my patchwork, but my quilt, but I haven't got that here with me. I was house sitting at my parents', so I've been able to spread it all out, and I've been stitching over there, so Mum and Dad have the room for me to do that. And I will next month have that, I'll have a couple of squares to show. I'm really happy with how that's going, because I'm going to be replacing my bed here. Everything I have is black and purple, and I think it's time for a change. So new year, new change. But that is it, and definitely go over and check out the Gail at Wombat Hollow Crafts. She's on Instagram, and so is Nicole on Divana Lee Design Studio, and both of them are hosting that sale, so it's definitely worth, you know, popping in, having a look, of even following the hashtag. So that is it for me today. Keeping it nice and quick. So happy stitching, and I will see you all next month.